Um, During the period of time in which I came out to my parents in January of 2003, my father told me, because he was very angry and very upset, hurt, told me that two men coming together was the equivalent of maggots drawn to horse shit. That's exactly what he said to me. That two gay men, or two men coming together, was the equivalent of maggots being drawn to horse shit. That's what he said. And he told me that, he was not going to attend my college graduation, that he would not be in support of any of my filming projects, that in life, if I was accepting an Oscar award or I was having the largest film screening in the world, that he would not be in attendance. And it hurt my mother to hear these things more so than it did me, because see, I had already prepared myself, like leading up to the days that I knew I was getting ready to tell them, because I had a friend in my life who kept saying, Zim, it's time, you've been with your boyfriend for this amount of time, all your friends know, tell your parents. And it wasn't until this one particular week where my father, for just some reason, just kept pressuring me, asking me over and over and over again, why don't I bring women around anymore? How come he doesn't ever see me with females, anymore, aside from my regular female friends? He kept saying, you're an attractive young man, you have a lot going for yourself, I don't ever see you dating, da da da, and I just got tired of it. I got tired of, pulling up to my house and making the decision like, okay, I'm not going to go in until later, and maybe he'll be asleep by then. Like, I was avoiding coming into my own home because I didn't want to have to deal with his questioning and his, everything that came with him wanting to know what was going on in my life. So leading up to these days, before I actually told my parents, I prepared myself to everything that he possibly would have said, could have said. So, I wasn't emotionally affected at all. It greatly affected my mother because of how close she and I are, of the things that he said to me. And my family, we went through a rough patch because there were other things going on, in my parents' relationship period during that period. So a lot of things were just coming out in the open just at once. Needless to say, my father did come to my college graduation. And he's been supportive of me in my life ever since. Every time I need my father, he's there. I cannot think of a time in my life when I have called upon him and he's not been present. My father, gives me as I ask. We still have conversations. We don't discuss my sexuality, and we don't discuss anything regarding my relationships. And a lot of people ask me, has he seen my videos? He has not. He knows about them. He knows they exist. When everything first was happening, he didn't know about it right then and there, but he found out. I eventually told him, and I explained to him the reasons why the rest of the family knew and he did not. And he felt like that was fair, because I realized it's not a comfortable topic for him. Me being gay, my homosexuality is not a comfortable topic for him. And even though he and I are able to share many other aspects of life, that's just one aspect that we don't discuss. And there are parts of his life that I'm not comfortable with that he and I don't discuss either. So that is our relationship. I forgave him immediately for all the things that he said when I first came out and told him, because I knew that they were coming from a place of anger. And I'm someone that's always able to disconnect myself from situations and look from the outside inward, especially when it concerns me. So, it wasn't a situation where he and I had to go through a forgiving period, but we did have to go through a period of finding a common ground and setting up boundaries as to what we would say and not say. I'll introduce my mother to a boyfriend or to someone I'm dating. She knows all of my male and female friends. She comes to my events, birthday parties, she watches my videos, all of that. Everything that I do. My father, on the other hand, they're just those certain things I keep away from him. He doesn't really know my male friends, and the ones that he does know, he met them before I let him know that I was gay, because he also, once I told him I was gay, no longer wanted any male friends of mine, any male friends in the house, because he felt like other options. And that's what I share with all the young men, the thousands of young men who reach out to me, who have not come out to their families, who are afraid to acknowledge their sexuality, who come out to me and ask me, you know, should they? And that's a question I really can't answer, for the simple fact that you know your own comfort levels. You know, a lot of us depend upon our parents when we're younger to handle certain things financially, you know, and if you're in a position where you know for a fact that both of your parents would cut you off and put you out of your home, coming out to them during a period of time where you still depend upon them heavily is not the best idea. Nor is it a good idea, now that I think about it, that I actually thought or assumed that, okay, even if things don't go well with my family, that I would be able to live with my boyfriend. You have to be strong within yourself and know that you can handle all the consequences, circumstances, and situations that are going to present themselves as a result of you coming out and acknowledging your sexuality, acknowledging the fact that you are indeed gay. Because I wasn't even able to say it out of my mouth until I fell in love. Even though I had begun exploring at the age of 19, you know, with the RA at my college, even though I had begun exploring, I was still not able to come out of my mouth and say it until I fell in love. And to this day I think, would I ever have come out of the closet? Would I have really died with this secret of being gay had I not had that relationship for 4 years? Standing alongside someone who you promise your entire life to, who you have or you feel this connection to, makes you feel empowered to the point where you feel like nothing else and no one else matters. And maybe that's what God's gift was for me in putting him in my life, was to make me feel secure within my stance, you know. And all of this has led to these moments in time where now my father and I don't discuss my sexuality. We discuss everything else aside from it. My mother and I are closer than, you know, we've ever been, and that happened almost immediately once I, you know, opened up and told her that I was gay, because I was able to share with her a lot of what was going on in my life that I had been hiding and running away from and burying under the carpet when I was around her. I was able to openly share, and there's nothing greater, there's no feeling that's more powerful than being able to be 100% honest and truthful with your family. So for me, you know, there are no regrets, and I only know that the reason why I am able to stand and do videos and do my blogging and to comment and write certain articles and reach out or reach back to a lot of young men and women who reach out to me is the fact that the years since I've been out, since I've technically been out since 2001, to my family since 2003. So for the past 7 to 8 years, I've been able to stand in my own truth and feel comfortable and confident in who I am, because I chose at a moment in time to be true to myself and to stand out and say, yes, I am gay. Thank you for embracing me. Thank you for supporting Zim VanAdams. Stand in your own truth. Come out and claim your sexuality when you feel comfortable and confident enough to deal with and handle all of the circumstances, situations, and experiences that you will face alongside those you love. But most of all, know that regardless of your sexual prowess, you are strong in your own convictions for as long as you are true to yourself. I love you all. Thank you so much. Zim VanAdams, conquering the world, one word at a time.